Okay, so this is something that I haven't seen anyone talking about recently, especially other content creators, which actually kind of surprised me because this is massive. Before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go over to GamerSubs and use my code Kaza where you can get yourself some nice cups, flavors, and even more. But let's get into the video. So IGN is a massive company who specialize in reviewing games, releasing trailers and just overall kind of gameplay stuff, gameplay news, etc. And let's just say they're not very liked in the community, and I don't think they're going to be very liked in the Wuthering Waves community either, because they recently dropped their Wuthering Waves review. Now, I'm not going to play this on the video, I have watched it through, and again, they are just very critical about the game, and it's really weird. I don't get it. I know that IGN, aren't the best whenever it comes to reviews and stuff, and people just don't really like them at all. But as you can see here, they've given Wuthering Waves a 7, which is good. I mean, in my mind, a 7 is pretty decent. I mean, a lot of people don't really like a 7. They think that's kind of bad. But 7 out of 10, pretty good, I'd say. But I think that Wuthering Waves definitely deserves a higher score. I mean, you could say that I'm coping here because I've been playing Wuthering Waves all of this time. But honestly, I think, maybe it deserves even like an 8 or a 9. Definitely not a 10 because it is not a perfect game. But I think it definitely deserves all of the credit for everything that it's done, including adding parry systems, adding dodging systems, adding some nice gameplay. And I think that them improving the game and, listening to the community should also be a factor in this review, because there's a lot of games that don't do that. And you can see down here that a lot of people aren't happy with this. 1.1 thousand dislikes and 694 likes. So it means that 694 people actually agree with this, which is kind of scary. But yeah, 1.1 thousand people disagree. And what makes it even more crazy is whenever we look at other games reviews, and we're going to look at Genshin Impact. Yeah, they rated Genshin Impact, this was 3 years ago, mind you, 9 out of 10. And remember, this was early Genshin Impact 2. I mean, yes, the hype was really like real, and a lot of people were playing the game and a lot of people enjoyed it, but 9 for Genshin Impact is actually crazy. I know it's super like unique and new, apart from like the overall design of it being like kind of similar to Breath of the Wild, but they rated this 9 for amazing. And they also did the same for Honkai Star Rail. Now, I think Honkai Star Rail actually deserves a 9. 9 is an amazing score for Honkai Star Rail. But when comparing it to these two games and having Wuthering Waves there, Wuthering Waves definitely keeps up with both of these games. Like, I think Wuthering Waves is as good as Honkai Star Rail. Now, is it as strong in the story as Honkai Star Rail? Probably not. I prefer Honkai Star Rail's story just a little bit better, and the voice acting is a lot better too. But Wuthering Waves, in terms of gameplay, exploration, echoes, the entire system is absolutely amazing. Now, yes, they could improve on some things, like leveling up your echoes and stuff like that, which a lot of people have been angry about. But overall, the design and the overall layout of it all is super nice, and I don't think they really give it enough credit in this review. And then if we go to the comments down here, it says like, okay, Act 2 story done, let's make a review. And again, in the review, even though they do mention the dreamless and stuff like that, it seems like they've literally just like gone up to Act 2 of the story and just gone, yeah, all right, yeah, time to make a review. Like, I've pretty much played enough here. About an hour of the story, I'm pretty much finished with the game. It's kind of crazy to think about. And there's all of these comments just pretty much hating on it. It's really bad, to be honest. It says, this review is kind of bad. It's not comprehensive, focuses almost strictly on story-based stuff, which isn't the sole part of the game, nor does it sound like you finished the full main story. One note to the argument of terrible voice acting, there's some characters poorly voiced on English. Yang, female main character, Chixia, to name a few. However, there are other characters voiced very well too. Scar, Alto, Encore, to name a few. Regardless of the English voice acting, you can also mention that the voice acting is really well done in other languages, which is completely true. In Wuthering Waves, like, the Japanese voicing is extremely good because they've hired all of these amazing anime voice actors, to put it lightly. They've like gone full budget out and got like some of the most famous voice actors in Japan to voice these characters, and obviously it's paid off. Now, for the English version, it hasn't been too good because, there are a lot of issues with scouting people and just getting the direction right. Now, do I think any of the voice actors did anything wrong? No. I think all of the voice actors are actually pretty good voice actors. They are all amazing, and I'm sure they can do the job right. But I think the directing is where they got the voice acting wrong. And yeah, again, I don't think it's the voice actor's fault. But I think the voice directing is where they got it wrong. And honestly, they need to get someone better, because a lot of the voice actors didn't really know what they were doing because they were just recording lines without any context. And as a lot of the comments are saying here, IGN were focusing in a lot on this story. Now, as I said before, do I think Wuthering Waves has a great story? No, not really. I think it's alright. It's pretty good. And to be honest, did I enjoy it personally? Yeah, I actually enjoyed the story, and especially near the end, it got really good with the whole dreamless stuff. And yeah, I really liked it. And it seems like it's going to go in a good direction with Jinshi, Changli, and Yue, and all of that kind of stuff. so I'm excited to see where it goes. But for now, it's not doing that great, and it seems like IGN has kind of focused in on this too much, because I don't think like even an 8 of the gameplay is even story. If you think about everything that you need to do in Wuthering Waves, most of it is running around, collecting echoes, doing challenges, doing little quests, doing stuff like Tower Adversity, all this kind of endgame stuff, the simulation stuff. There are so many things other than the story to do in the game, and I think that IGN has just kind of focused in too much on this. And as I said, IGN aren't the best company in the world, so they are going to be extremely biased towards other games. And hey, maybe they've even taken a little bit of, you know, money from Hoyoverse or something like that to rate it lower, because it wouldn't surprise me if IGN has done something like this. Am I accusing them of it? No, of course they probably didn't take anything from another company just to review this bad, but it does seem like IGN are super incompetent whenever it comes to being able to make a decent review nowadays. I think they used to be good a while ago, but now rating this a 7 out of 10, whereas giving Genshin Impact a 9 and Honkai Star a 9 is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and honestly, this needs to change. Now, is this a massive issue in the community? Of course not. I mean, it's just an IGN review. We don't need to look at this, and we just look at every other review, you know, from every other channel, or even just on the Play Store or wherever you're getting this game from. And it's going to be so much better than this, because people actually know what a good game is. As Wuthering Waves has had an amazing launch, and it seems like tons of people are playing the game at the moment. I mean, even people that don't really play gacha games are playing Wuthering Waves, because it has those aspects which are super nice to play. As I said at the start of the video, the combat is amazing, the parry system, you know, the dodging, kind of finding out how a boss moves or how they work. A bit like Elden Ring, you know, memorizing the patterns and memorizing what they do so that you can beat them easier. It's just super fun. And I don't think that IGN just includes any of this in their review. And it's kind of disappointing, to be honest, because, you know, this could be used as a kind of advertisement for Wuthering Waves if they actually talked about the good stuff about the game too, because it seems like they're focusing in on a lot of the negative stuff. And also they mentioned this in the video, which was quantity over quality, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Quantity over quality in Wuthering Waves. I mean, have you seen the quality of the characters and the development of the game since the beta test? I don't think these people have done their research at all, because I don't think the Wuthering Waves have gone for quantity over quality. I think they found a nice like sweet spot where they've managed to get out a lot of content with it also being very good. Now, as I said, the story isn't amazing, but it's still good. Like, the story is still good. And yes, maybe if they worked on it a little bit more, the quality could be a little bit better. But again, the quality of the game overall is amazing. You know, the combat is super polished. The only issues they're having at the moment is with the cameras and stuff, but for the actual like parry and dodge system is super nice and super clean. The characters, you know, intro skills and outro skills are super clean. Everything is super clean. And I'm pretty sure every single game has bugs and glitches. Even Genshin Impact, which they rated a 9, had bugs and glitches whenever it first started, but of course they didn't mention it for that one. They wanted to mention it for Wuthering Waves. And yeah, it's just really stupid that they're saying this, because I think they've actually gone for quality here. They set back their game again and again to the point where they had to release it or else their license was going to expire. And you're saying that they've gone for quantity. It's just so brainless, because if you have to push out a game to make it better, do you think they're going for quantity? No, of course not. They're going for quality. And yes, every single game wants quantity. You know, they want to get it out fast, but, you know, a lot of games want it to be quality too. And I think Wuthering Waves, as I said, has found this sweet spot. And I don't think that IGN really understands that. So again, this is probably partially why this has got a ton of dislikes. And yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think about this, as I think this is the stupidest review I've ever seen in a while. And hopefully IGN never make a review on a gacha game again, because it seems like they don't know what they're doing. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. That's all. See ya.